and you go live.
What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? Joystick Junkies, how we doing this Monday? What's up, Evan? What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just been gaming for the last 2 days and having fun. Been enjoying some of these old COD lobbies, getting back up and
Yeah,
running
COD's
up the
always
old.
fun, especially the classic ones.
Oh man, Black Ops 2, it's still fun.
It's still fun, man.
Still fun. I'm playing some War Zombies because I still have the disc of these games, so I don't have to download them.
Oh man, I don't have discs of
So,
any games anymore.
oh man, I see that's the thing, man. Discs are like cash. They're
Yeah,
king. You can never take them off the market. You can never not play them. No matter what, you can always play them.
yep.
See,
And
that's
you
what
can't get
happens.
them digitally.
Yeah, like there's a few games that I'm gonna have to buy disc versions of. I'm not happy about it because they're $80 to $100 now. But
It's worth it
hey,
if you're into
but
it, right?
I know you have an exciting game coming up. Kind of like the fallout of space.
Yeah,
I'm
Starfield.
gonna, yes, Starfield. I am so excited to actually play this game. I just want to take over worlds and be a villain. What about you?
Well, I think you could do either or. It's kind of like it's kind of like Fallout, but I kind of don't play a villain. I'm more the good guy in games. Like the same thing in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm a good guy. I'm not like an evil or nothing like that. Like there are some players that like do all the evil stuff, and you're just known as bad the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
With Red Dead, I was a good guy. I need to be a bad guy. I need to take over people's worlds. Make a few slave tribes. You know,
Yeah,
put my foot. Uh, put my foot on a type's neck. Something like that along that lines. I have to be a dictator this time around.
yeah, right. All right, this video is from Gameranx. They do a great job. I watch a lot of their content. Give them a follow, give them a like. They do great stuff. So I'm always, this is just 10 things you need to know about the game. So gives you a little bit of information about it. And we'll check this out. Tell me if it's too loud. Or
releasing real soon.
can you hear it?
Now, whether it turns out to be
Perfect.
or bad, there's a
What?
lot to talk about. There's already a ton of public
Perfect.
information out there to analyze, and some you may not have even caught. There's a lot to get to know and get caught up before release. So we've got 10 categories here. Let's get started with number 10. First things first, it cannot be understated just how big this game is seemingly going to be. Now, from all the pre-release information,
It was like what No Man's Sky was supposed to be. It really is.
Fallout
Yeah,
games
No
are
Man's Sky is
basically
like
confined to
10
a
times
single
better than when
city
it
and the
released.
area around it. The Elder Scrolls games are set in entire countries, but in Starfield, there's no joke. This is from the developers themselves. Obviously, we have to see it to believe it, but they're saying it. Approximately 1,000 planets across about 100 solar systems. It's not a full galaxy, but it might as well be. That's an enormous amount of space, and there's going to be a lot to do in most of it. The main quest line is apparently going to be long
Hey,
all
Dave,
by
what's
itself.
going on? Says, hey,
Bethesda
fellas, what's going on?
estimates it's
Joystick
around
Junkies.
30 to 40 hours.
Checking out a new game
way
coming out
longer than
in like
any of their other main
less
game
than a week.
quests, which taken on their own
About
are
a week.
actually quite short. It's everything else
Starfield.
that usually makes their other games so long. So that doesn't sound like it'll be the case here. Even if you just stick to the main quest and avoid everything else, you'll probably still get your money's worth if that number is actually accurate. The main story is about the quest to find these mysterious artifacts with the help of a group called Constellation, who are
I
explorers
like
and
exploratory
adventurers.
games.
The game is
me,
definitely
though.
going for a kind of classic pulp sci-fi vibe with its story and setting. It's a kitchen
A game like this
sci-fi,
would
which
do
allows
better with
do pretty much
RPG,
whatever they want in this
free
new
roam.
sandbox, I guess.
It is.
Now we know that there will
It's
be
got
4
RGB elements.
major settlements. New Atlantis, the capital of the United Colonies and the biggest city Bethesda apparently has ever built. Then there's Aquila City, which is the capital of the 3-star collective, which Bethesda
build your own
describes as
bases.
a loose confederation of 3 distinct star systems, but let's call them what they are. Sounds like space cowboys. The third city we know about is called Neon. It's a cyberpunk-inspired city of vice, which is a stark contrast to how welcoming and nice the other 2 main cities seemingly are. Now, there's a lot more besides that, and there's going to be a ton of minor settlements, too. We just don't mean like generic shacks. These places are apparently still going to be pretty big and elaborate. Just from the trailers, some of these random locations look bigger than
the only thing I don't like about it is it looks like Fallout 4
about
because
planets
of the
and other
engine.
settlements in a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Which is an outdated engine, I think.
It shouldn't be a surprise that space travel is a big part of Starfield, but what has constantly surprised us is just how in-depth and complex your specific spaceship can be. This isn't just like a 3D model you look at during loading screens between planets. You can actually pilot your ship somewhat, get into dogfights, travel between systems, scan, and it's all here. Now, of course, the main thing is still the regular on-foot combat that looks very reminiscent of Fallout 4, but in space,
mods will do
things
that.
play out very differently.
Modders will probably
According
do that.
to the developers,
because
ship
modders
combat is
usually fix the
intentionally
games,
slow-paced
and they do
deliberate.
stuff like that.
These won't be big Star Wars-esque shootouts. It's going to feel different. That doesn't mean it's basic, though. To use weapons, shields, and your engine, you need to allocate power. There's a limited supply, so you'll have to be selective on
to see how the
what you want
controls
to
are going
send
to be
power
for this.
to, which is very reminiscent of the game Faster Than Light. So there's an element of strategy here where you need to power up or down certain systems to deal with specific situations. Do you power up shields to max and tank damage, or do you set your engines to maximum and play keeper? Those are the kinds of decisions it sounds like you're going to be making on the fly in the game world. Now, ship customization is a huge feature.
Yeah, like,
it looks like it'll be one of the most interesting.
Well, like
the
an
game
alien
starts you off with a basic ship, but from there you can buy pre-built ones or design a ship from scratch yourself. Shipbuilding is entirely modular. You can move and attach parts however you want, as long as certain requirements are met. We're guessing that you have to put on landing gear and exit ramp,
but I always like
kind of
customization like this in games that you can do.
But it looks like there's tons of ways you can actually do that,
vehicle customization.
Ship. Now, unfortunately, there are some downsides to ships that bring Starfield back to reality. You don't seamlessly transition from the outside of your ship to the inside, and landing on planets is a cutscene rather than something you can do in game.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
Disappointing. But it's good to know that Bethesda is trying to avoid setting up unreasonable expectations here. At least they've been upfront. Now, space isn't just a place where you fight and go to planets. You can also hail other ships and engage in acts of piracy. Also, you're not flying alone.
Like flying and just landing on something like No Man's Sky. You can fly and land anywhere.
NPCs you can hire as part of your
You may
crew.
still be able to do that.
Unique stats and skills.
Or maybe it's when you come into
so if you're
like
not a pilot, you can hire an NPC
a city
that's
or
an
something.
expert pilot to help improve your ship combat abilities. The feature that we're most interested in, of course, as we've said, is the ship customization, though. It looks surprisingly complex.
But as all Bethesda games go, there'll probably be a lot of bugs at first.
So we really want to
see how well they did.
As it looks in the trailer. Now, next over at number 8, let's talk planets. All those 1,000 or so planets, they're not just there for show. You can actually land on and explore most of them. While you're in planetary orbit, you can scan for resources and select a landing location. Yeah, this isn't Mass Effect 2 where you gather resources from orbit.
Oh, that was awesome.
Land on most planets.
Mass Effect 2, you can gather the resources from planets, from orbit.
Plant life, deal with hostile aliens, and just explore. Planets look to vary wildly in atmosphere and biomes. Some planets have thick forests, some are frozen wastelands, others are just empty.
Yeah, it's pretty bold.
It all sounds too good to be true, but keep in mind that most planets out there aren't handcrafted. They're actually procedurally generated. It only makes sense considering how huge planets actually are. How many of them but don't
something like that. I hope there's encounters like that.
Completely unique and special. In any random spot. Like that's just speculation from our part. This is going to make some incredible handcrafted thing and hide away on a planet that's statistically 99% of players aren't even going to see, but who knows? Now, next over to number 7, here's the real reason you want to check out all these planets. The base building is back from Fallout 4, but it looks much stronger here. On any random planet, you can start building your own base that can be used as a shelter, a place to store items, and also build machines that can mine the planet and generate resources. Your space base needs power to function. So like Fallout 4, this is a more complex system than in many games, but hopefully the power stuff is a little less fiddly this time. One very cool new feature is that you can go into an isometric view when base building to make it easy to stack parts together. This looks great and should make it so much easier to build the large
Paul
parts
might
of
like
your base.
No Man's Sky. You
Being
can
able
build
to see
anything
it
you
in
want,
relation to the environment
but
is a big
more
help.
time
Now,
consuming.
like your ship, NPCs can also be hired here to staff your bases and run them for you, sort of like the settlement system from Fallout.
And the game allows you, because sometimes like in Fallout 4 you were limited how high you could build, how many items you could have,
Oh
which
yeah,
memory
and
you could
if
use,
base
all that
building
stuff.
isn't your thing, then you can still buy houses in this game. The major cities all sound like they have places to buy where you can rest and store your loot. Some of them even have quests connected with them, so there's even more of an incentive to buy houses. So it sounds like if you're trying to like live out your life in the game, Bethesda will accommodate you. Next, over at number 6, let's talk factions and quest lines. Now, some of our favorite parts of Skyrim are from the faction quests. They're organizations that you can join that have their own story to play through. They're smaller than the main quests, but bigger and
time consuming. They're more
most random side quests, and completing usually gets you unique rewards. And it sounds like Starfield is going all in on faction quest lines, because from all the pre-release information we've seen and read and watched, there's going to be a lot of them. There's Constellation, which we're guessing is just the main
It's not
quest,
for everybody.
But then there's also the
this
United
type of thing, you know, it's time consuming. You put a lot of hours into like RPGs and stuff.
That the devs have confirmed is a faction that you can join, and the Crimson Fleet. Now, the Crimson Fleet sounds especially interesting, as they're a gang of space pirates that are a major enemy group. We're not sure if
I like that gun.
Said that you can join them.
That laser
they have
gun.
revealed that you can infiltrate a faction on the orders from another, and that you can ultimately decide which side to betray, which sounds a lot like you're infiltrating the Crimson Fleet, but that's speculation for us. The last major faction is currently the most mysterious. These are the guys
probably do that in
the
this
House
game.
of Varun, who apparently worship like a snake
hold
deity.
up.
This one, because has been very tight-lipped, and we have no idea if you can join them. That leaves at least 4 major factions we know you can join in this game, which
I think you could board other ships in this. I think.
Now over at number 5, for people that bemoaned Fallout 4's simplification of the role-playing elements Bethesda is normally associated with, it looks like Starfield will be addressing many of your complaints. There is, of course, character customization where you can change your appearance, but along with that, you can also give your character optional traits that add to their history.
Maybe.
You can choose where they grew up, or even if they have living parents, which can add new wrinkles to your experience and give you additional dialogue options. The voiced main character is out, and Starfield is back to having a silent protagonist. The dialogue wheel is also gone. And
it's not like how they used to do it in the Fallout games.
This might not
like
seem like a
pick what
major
your mom
change,
and dad
but for
look
people
like
who
and their
really
traits
want
and
a lot of
stuff.
choices in dialogue and want to know exactly what their character is saying, this is big. That means fewer options that are just yes with snark and no.
There's going to be some funny bugs in this game, though. There always is.
Trees with multiple different directions and outcomes. At least that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, like the Andromeda.
Just the presence of a dialogue list is a step in the right
I don't think it's that bad of a game, but I like the storyline with Shepard.
But it also looks a lot more clear just from the screenshots.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's not.
This is just from looking at pictures, but
a lot of people didn't like it.
You get multiple
cool spacesuits.
Yellow and red. Green are easier to pull off, red are harder, and you've got only so many turns to convince someone before the minigame fails. The speech system is closer to Fallout 3. It's chance-based rather than Fallout New Vegas, which just required you to have high enough speech skill and you'd always win. That means you always have a chance of winning a persuasion check in Starfield, but on the flip side, there's also always a slight chance that you can fail. So good luck. Next, over at number 4, Starfield has a skill tree, but it's not quite the same as what we got back in Fallout 4.
Nothing like Fallout 4.
In this game, there are multiple skill trees: physical, combat, science, and tech.
Some people do. Me, I liked it.
We've seen so far,
but some people don't get it. Not everyone's bad.
Fallout, but there's a major wrinkle. You can only unlock the first rank of a skill. If you want to increase its rank, then you need to complete specific challenges. So they've made the skill system a kind of hybrid between Fallout 4 and the Elder Scrolls. In the fantasy,
some people say that's the best one in Vegas too.
Doing them, using an axe.
Wait, you got a pet alien?
Lock picking doors and chests major security skill go up,
Yep.
things like
Yeah,
that.
it looks like
Implemented this actually may be an improvement, or it could add some annoying busy work to ranking up your skills. It just depends
there's
on
a
how
lot of cool
demanding these
stuff in this
challenges
game.
are. Hopefully, like to level up your
That'll
speed,
be
you don't
interesting
have to
to
run and
see if
collect
some
a
of it
million
works like they
Korok
planned.
seeds or something. Oh my god! Personally, we do think this might be a good change as long as they pull it off. You know, it was kind of silly how you could
looks
just rank
great.
up a single skill right from the start in old Bethesda games, like jumping up and down a million times if you wanted. It almost made things too easy. So we'll see how it goes here. Now, down at number 3, we did allude to this earlier, but Starfield doesn't force you to be a goody two-shoes space explorer.
Yeah, here we go.
You can be a full-blown space criminal if you
Here we
want.
go.
That means you can attack civilian vessels, pirate cargo shipments, steal from other ships, even steal entire other ships to add to your fleet. You can also smuggle illegal goods for money.
Oh, so it's like Assassin's Creed 4.
Because if you've got illegal goods
you
on
could
your
do
ship,
all
like
that kind of
human
stuff.
organs, then your ship is scanned by
steal
the
ships
authorities,
and add
and
them
you'll
to
get
your
caught,
fleet and just have a
fined,
massive
and
fleet.
possibly thrown into jail. There are ways around the scans, though. You can buy special ship modules that
Harvested
can be used
organs
to hide
don't
things.
get caught
I
with
bet
those.
these things can't just
See
be
what that
bought
says?
anywhere, though. Probably a lot harder to find. So there's actually a
Gotta be
lot to
a
do in
organ
Starfield
forward?
if you want to be more of a bad guy, and we are all for that.
No, I'm buying this
Now
game.
down at number
I'm
2,
going
this
full
might be
villain.
their least buggy game yet. Now take
I'm
this
going
one with a
full
grain of
villain.
salt because Bethesda games are pretty
So,
well
you
known
know,
as
Oh yeah,
for
see here,
launching
look at
in a
that bug.
buggy state.
Yeah, there's another
But
one.
head of Microsoft Game Studios, Matt Booty, has come out and said that if Starfield shipped today, this would have the fewest bugs any Bethesda game has ever
Oh, we'll
shipped
see about
with,
that
which is a
one.
bold claim,
That's a
but
bold
one
claim
that we're
right
at least
there.
a little inclined to believe. We know the game
Yeah,
has seen some
GamerX is right
large
about that.
delays from its initial release date of
GamerX, they're
November
definitely right about that.
2022. And a big reason they've always given for pushing the game back was for polish reasons. Now that Bethesda is owned by Microsoft and
Yeah, how
is
many
now
times have
an
you heard it,
Xbox
Evan?
console exclusive, there's
The
even
game's
more pressure
polished, the
on the
game's
game
complete.
to not only be good,
The
but
game's
to break the
complete,
stigma that
and
Bethesda
it's
games
totally
are
not
buggy.
complete and
Yeah,
broken.
we know. Todd Howard also
Yeah,
said that
it's complete for
Fallout
the
76
Series X,
just works,
but it's
and
not
that
complete
game
for
was
one.
a pretty rough mess
It does
for
look
a while.
outstanding, I
It
will say
doesn't
that.
just
There's definitely
work.
some intriguing
But
things
in
in
this
the game.
case,
They
we're at
do
the very
all
least
their
just
work
hoping
on-
Starfield will be better. We don't think it'll be perfect, but
Yeah.
you know,
Looks
hopefully
great
it's
for
not a
PC.
disaster. I know we're probably going to
Yeah,
have to
I
eat
don't know
these
how it
words
runs,
when it
how
finally
it runs,
launches,
to
but
be
we're
honest.
just hoping for the best.
But
The
when
more
you got
games that release in a
cross-platform
good state, the better.
and
Now down to
and
number
stuff like
1,
that,
some
it's not as
housekeeping and
easy.
all that stuff you got to know. Starfield is almost upon us, and the game
Yep.
is releasing September 6th for Xbox
Yeah.
Series X and S
Oh, so we
and
can-
PC through the Microsoft Store.
Yeah, so it comes out very soon, in like less than a couple weeks or something like that. So I think it's an excellent.
You have 5 days there, bud, because today's the
Yeah.
28th. So 29th, 30th, 31st,
Yep.
2nd. It's 6 days.
Yeah,
I'm going to be a space pirate.
and you can play it on Game Pass for free.
I'm going to shoot everybody in the head and steal their organs. Like, come here, you alien, you want a human kidney? I'm going
Yeah.
full bad guy. We can stream this when it comes out and we play it. You can be the good guy and I'll be the bad guy.
Yeah, I don't know about the multiplayer, Holman, but I'm definitely going to be playing this game without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, here we're going to do one of our sponsors real quick, or you do this one.
Oh, yes, Dugout Mugs. Mine is on its way. Dugout Mugs is a great company that makes beer mugs and beer stein mugs out of the end of the bat. They hollow out the bat, make a beautiful wood finish, and put any emblem you like on the mug. They mostly do baseball mugs also, so you can put your favorite Phillies team, Yankees team, Red Sox, the Braves. Just don't do the Mets. But you do these, you put anything on there, and it's a quality product. Good for Father's Day. It's a good thing to just drink out of. No aftertaste from it. Just fine quality work. And when you use our code TB Sports at Dugout Mugs, you get 20% off your order. Just tell them that, out of the box saying that is OOTB Sports at dugoutmugs.com. Save 20% on your order.
Yeah, I definitely got to get a couple more of those. I already have one of them.
Well, you're too busy drinking monkey cold coffee.
Yeah, right. Yeah, speaking of Monkey Cold Coffee, Monkey Cold Coffee, they make a great flavor-infused coffee, come out with new flavors every day. Use the promo code OTB Sports at the checkout for 10% at monkeycoldcoffee.com off your order. They have a bourbon chocolate chip and toasted coconut rum, as well as, like I said, new flavors coming out every day. and I feel like I need like 2 cups of coffee today because I was kind of up late last night. But Muckkill Coffee, yeah, if you're looking for some good gourmet coffee, they make excellent products. So use the promo code OOTB Sports at monkeycultcoffee.com. So Evan, what do you think about Starfield? You definitely gonna play it?
I opened up more to it. I thought it was gonna be like No Man's Sky, where you just go to planet to planet, you put a base on it, and there's not really much there.
It's similar.
Yeah, but now that I can be a space pirate and take people's organs, oh, I'm going full bad guy. I can be full bad guy. The most despicable human being. Like, no mercy, no quarter given.
You're horrible. Like steal everything and sell everything, and you get like all kinds of ships and stuff. I want that ship. I'm gonna go steal it. But yeah, I liked
Yeah,
it.
but I thought it was pretty
It's
good.
fun.
Like I said, I'm looking forward. I'm going to play it. It's free for me, so why not?
That's why I
You
love
know?
Game Pass. That's why I think it's excellent. That's why I think they got a great thing going
Yeah.
with that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it. I'm going to be as despicable as I can be. I'm just going to erase every alien life form I can, and then take it to that big city. It looks like cyberpunk, and sell all the organs. And then I'm going to take one of these barren planets, build me a mansion, and I'm not going to follow the story at all. Or I'm going to become one of that guy and just betray my whole team. You heard it here first. We're going to be called the scumbags. We're going to be the most scummiest people on the earth.
I'll probably be the opposite and take out the scum instead.
Well, we're going to meet one day, and I'm going to wipe the floor with my ship. My ship's going to wipe the floor.
If you got a bigger fleet than mine, yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you. Listen here. You don't. I know how to steal fleets. I played a lot of Assassin's Creed 4 where you had to steal ships. I had like 20 man of wars.
I like
You're not
Black.
going to beat
I like
that.
Black Flag.
You know what? That's the name of the ship, the Man of War. It's going to be
Black
called
Flag
the
is
Man
fun.
of War. It's fun, but it's not an Assassin's Creed game. We'll get. I've
I
already
know
talked
some
about
people don't like it, but I like the naval combat in it. That's all.
it. The naval combat was great. The pirate story was great. It
Uh,
just wasn't Assassin's Creed.
Not in the traditional sense, no.
No, he was not an assassin. He was in it
Halfway.
for himself. And then just like, oh, we have this cool ass pirate game. Let's just how do we tie this in? Okay, he's looking for a treasure, but the treasure is built into the set.
Yeah, like he doesn't even know who like the Templars are at first. He's like, who are they? Oh,
He's
okay.
not an assassin until the very end.
I
The
know.
very end, after the actual assassin dies.
Ken
Oh,
says, "What's up,
great.
guys? What's up, Ken?
What's up,
What's
Ken?
going on,
I'm
Ken?"
making, you heard me say the Mets, and you just came crawling in.
Yeah, Ken Fry's got a new show coming up, and it is Las Vegas Raiders, Raider Nation with Ken Fry. That's gonna be coming up in the season. We'll see how the Raiders do this season.
He'll be making he's making a kid show also. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Los Angeles King show. Also,
Yes, he
so
is.
that,
That will be coming during hockey season, but we're not at that point yet. So
oh man, I love
football first,
oh yes, I cannot wait. We
which
are
we'll
what
talk
2 weeks
about. Which we'll
away.
talk about tonight. And now, after us, you got Sully Squad coming up, and then you got us Big Blue Power out 8:30 tonight. Talk about New York Giants, but we'll get to that later.
And trust me, guys, we got a lot of things in the works right now. Um, Next Sunday, me and Dan will be streaming Madden and some Starfield together on Twitch. So stay tuned on uh, Danny on Wheels Twitter, and we will be, updating. I'll update a little bit on the.
Yeah, it's called Joystick Junkies Live Play. Is the Twitch channel.
And come watch us, man. Like I said, there is a donation button, but just come watch us, come support us, come watch, come talk to us, keep us some company. That's what we want, man. The more people that watch us is the more people that feel inclined to help out, and maybe we can bring even more content. Trust me, if I can work 4 days a week and
I think.
come home
Yeah.
play, me and Dad play video games for 3 days a week, man, soon enough it'll be, hey man, I can only work 3 days this week. I gotta make content for 4 days. You
People,
work it day by day.
yeah, people want to see gameplay and action, not just us talking all the time. Even though talking about games and reviewing it is not a bad idea at all, of course.
Yeah, but whatever game we're playing, we can actually go back, and the more we get, you guys to
Yep.
watch us and watch our YouTube, because we're building a YouTube also, stuff we're out of the box, but strictly for our gaming. And me and Dan will be editing our own videos. We'll probably, only if you play the Jets. Oh, of course, I'll play the Jets and
I'll
Madden.
play with the Jets and Madden. Why not?
Oh, I gotta play with them?
Yeah, why not? Play versus a team you hate.
Yeah, but I'd be a dick and move them to Brooklyn and call them the Brooklyn, Nets or something.
Ken Fry says, I'm finally going to my COD game I bought a couple of years ago. I can't even remember which one it was. I think World War II. That's more than a couple of years ago. Just saying, Ken.
5 years ago. 6. Oh, geez. You haven't even opened it yet? I know World War II wasn't the best one,
That's
but it
probably the
wasn't
last
bad.
Call of Duty I've owned. Dude, I went to download Cold War, like the one that came out, because it was a
It's
free.
still broken right
It
now.
was free. It's 319 gigabytes, and I'm like, I ain't downloading that.
I downloaded Grand Theft Auto online.
300
Now, I am getting
gigabytes?
hyped. I am getting hyped because
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto got so big it had to split the online and the regular
I
story mode.
know. Everyone
It's
plays
like
online pretty
500
much.
gigs. So I was like, I just downloaded the online hub and went through that.
Yeah, it's much
And
smaller
that,
than the story itself, like in the main game. You can download one or
yeah,
the
it's
other.
like 90 gigs. Even that's still big, but
It's ridiculous.
one,
That's tolerable.
I downloaded Warzone, just a Warzone thing for
Hmm.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah,
I tried it. I got a couple wins. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just in me hating because I don't like the game. Well, because I'm not good at it. I got 3 wins in
I
like
suck at it.
20 games.
Yeah, I'm bad at it.
In 20 games, I got 3 wins.
It's
And
not
that's not
bad.
bad. It's really not bad at all. But considering that I don't like the game, everything they said the game was, oh, it's faster time to kill, better movement, more realistic. No, it's not.
It's
It's
not.
the
It's very
same
much the
game.
same. Yes.
And now they're pumping out Modern Warfare 3 because people are really not playing Modern Warfare 2 no more.
No, the only reason I'm gonna get the newer Modern Warfare is for the story, the campaign. And that's the only reason I want it. I don't want to play online. Because think about Call
I'll
of Duty,
buy
it used
for
to be
that.
great online, but they used to have a compelling campaign as well.
I love Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 is my favorite story because a lot of people don't know this. I love history. I love history. I'm a
Yeah.
big history guy. And I love Cold War shit. I actually, in the 8th grade, I did my own least new projects. And when we got to the Cold War, my teacher gave me extra credit to make a presentation about the Cold War because I was so interested in it. And I was able to teach not my class, but the next 3 classes about
Yeah.
my thing because it was so good. I love the espionage. I love the East and West. I love the
So I like
stories
the
of it, and
Splinter Cell stuff.
yeah, I love it so much because I love like we didn't know anything behind the Eastern Bloc until they fell,
No.
and we're
We knew a little
still
bit, but
learning
not
things.
much.
We still are now learning things 30, 40 years later,
Yep.
and I love it. And so for me, like you see how these people lived, how different the world was,
Hmm.
and it easily could have been us that fell. And you know how like expensive Soviet stuff is to find
Very.
like Soviet, uh, guard outfits, or I collect stuff like that. Soviet pins, I
It's
have
part
a
of history.
ration book. I
Yeah.
have ration books from the 70s
Yeah, it's just
and
part of
stuff like
history,
that.
you
It's
know what I'm
pretty
saying?
cool. Yeah,
But
I
that's
love
what I
it.
like about the Call of Duties from the first couple that came out, and the same with the Medal of Honors. They intertwine that World War II history. They show you like the videos and like the actual battles that happened and everything like that. And I always
Yeah,
that's one of the best parts about that those earlier ones too.
Medal of Honor had it, but they didn't evolve. They
No.
stayed in World War II, and I'm like, you have to evolve. And COD seen the writing on the wall first. They're like,
Yep.
World War II was dying. Vietnam wasn't. It was still a very touchy subject.
Yeah.
It was very touchy. So they're like, let's go to modern day. And then we got like a fictional COD, which is COD 4,
You got the
and that one's
futuristic
amazing.
ones
And
as
you got the
well.
futuristic one. So like, we can make our own. I want to see a Korean War COD. That's what I want to see.
I mean, the only thing that's close is World at War,
That's the
like the
closest.
old
Yeah.
Call of Duty, where you fight in
But
the Pacific Theater.
I'm also into the lore that Black Ops One created.
Yeah, I love the campaign Black Ops One. I never even played the
Not even
multiplayer.
that, but if you actually read the files that were on the computer and all this, you found out like I didn't know what the Bay of Pigs was until I watched it. Until I played it, I'm like, what the hell is the Bay of Pigs? Why are we killing Cash? I mean, Cash is still alive. What's going on? Like I read it. We really did train hundreds of Cuban militia
And we
and
lost.
refugees.
Yep.
And the only reason we lost because JFK didn't let those planes drop bombs. They would actually won, but
Well, that's a
he
different
wanted
subject.
plausible deniability. He
Well,
wanted
a lot of
plausible
people do.
deniability. They knew it was us anyway, so might as well finish the job. I'm just saying, well, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's why I like games that are wrapped in more historical context. Like,
so
I
fun.
want to play a Civil War one, not a Call of Duty Civil War, but a Civil
Assassin's
War
Creed.
game. No, way more involved in that, like tactical stuff.
You
They
did
have
actually do that.
they have
There's a few
great
games
Civil
that
War games that are like RTS, like real time strategy, where you use actual military tactics. It's not like as generic.
I actually the Civil War. I read some like Assassin's because I love Assassin's Creed War. I love like if you actually read some of it during the game, they'll
It's
take
very
you back.
interesting.
There's a full wiki about stuff that was released in the games, like things you could find that talk about, oh, this is what happened in the Cold War. This is what happened in the Russian Revolution. This is what happened in uh, on in the Civil War. That the Templars were in the South. They were trying to succeed because the American or the assassins still had control over Washington D.C. and had people in the White House. So
Yeah,
they
the
tried
lore
to
is pretty cool. That's why the lore in certain games and
succeed.
stories is pretty solid. But I like about Assassin's Creed games, just being random here, they give you like the historical sites and like their
Yeah,
importance. It may not be like the Assassin's Creed stuff may not be totally the truth, but they use real historical sites, real dates and time, and they tell you a description of what this site is or what this what happened here or the Colosseum. That's one of the things I really like about it. Same with the Egypt one, same with the Greek one. They all do that type of thing, which is
yeah,
pretty
like the
cool.
Colossus of Rhodes.
Yeah,
You had like the Pantheon. It was cool. For
the
me, I
lore
think
is
the
cool.
best one I seen was the best. The one that had the best was probably three for like the American frontier.
I like that. I just like that part of history. I just thought it was very interesting that the story itself.
I loved it because like, you were seeing the early parts of the Continental Congress, and then you were seeing like Valley Forge. Like that was awesome. And let's see what else. Valley Forge was cool. Bunker Hill,
Yeah,
like
you
that
go to all
battle
those
was
battles and
awesome.
stuff. You like meet Washington. You have to like chase after him in the beginning. I thought that was a pretty. It's better than some people think. Some people didn't like it, but I liked it. I liked
I
three.
love three. Three was my favorite.
I thought it was pretty
I
cool.
love it, Connor. But my game I want to talk about. I was going to talk about. Well, we got a little track, but it's all right. I love getting off track because it brings out our passion a lot more. Uh, I was going to talk about wrestling games. And I
Hmm.
wish I could have Pat Bernard on at the moment, but he's probably working still. But I started playing wrestling games probably way later than you
Probably, yeah, I would say so.
did. I
Yeah, I'd say
started
so.
at WWE SmackDown. Here comes the pain. Now I started at Here Comes the Pain because When that game came out in 03, 04,
Yep.
I was 5, 6 years old.
It's young.
I was young. I was
I was in
young.
high school, mid '90s, early to mid '90s.
Oh god. So I played it. I loved it. SmackDown vs. Raw '05 came out. Now people forget there was like a 4 year, 5 year gap where every wrestling game that came out was so much fun. You had
Yeah.
Here Comes the Pain, the first three SmackDown vs. Raw
hmm
that was just great. Like every year it got better.
Some of the old ones are great.
You just go buy Here Comes the Pain if you have a PS2. That's 30
hmm
bucks. 30 bucks
Oh
still.
yeah, cheap.
I bought. I still have up there. I have WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 and 2007, which are my two favorites. I
Yep.
have 2008 on my PSP. That's the probably besides '07. I played '08 a lot because that's the first one that had Jeff Hardy in it.
It's really good. It's a good
And
game.
I was a huge Jeff Hardy mark back then because I thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. But '07, I played a lot because it had my actual favorite wrestler in it, Rob Van Dam. That was his last time he was in it.
Yep.
But I remember playing that story so much. Now imagine a 7, 8 year old, mind you, probably 7 because '07 came out in '06. It's a little
Yeah.
weird, but '07 came out. I was 7 years old, and I got so good at the game. I was playing on extreme hard, like the hardest difficulty. And my
Yeah.
friends would see they would play me in it, and I would just demolish it. That's all I played was
Yep.
that, and probably like a little bit of Grand Theft Auto. That's all I played.
hmm
Like every day, come home from school, like all winter, it was too. I remember that year it was freezing cold out. So like I didn't go outside. I was like, all right, come home, play video games. Go home, play video games. Come home, play video games. That's all we did.
Yeah.
So I
Back
got
when I
so
yeah,
good.
you got so go ahead. Yeah, the games I used to play are like from like WNBO Revenge on the 64, WrestleMania
NWO Res.
2000. Yeah,
Yes,
WCW versus NWO World Tour in '97.
that had Japan in it, didn't it?
Yeah. You had
I remember that.
WWF WrestleFest in '91. You also had WCW versus the World in '96. This one I played,
Yeah.
WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. Played that a ton
Uh,
in the mid
when
'90s.
I had a Nintendo 64, I had
And
I think
Warzone, it's another one,
I
'98.
had WCW versus I think it was the NWO World Tour or whatever.
Yeah, that
But there
one.
was one where you could fight back in like the parking lot, and I used to be Sting all the time, and I used to like watch Sting do moves in the game and then go do them
Yep.
on my dad.
I
I
think
with
it's
my dad.
WCW versus NWO World Tour.
Yeah,
It's
and
from
then
'97, late '90s.
so I had that. I had WWE No Mercy.
Yep, I've played that.
No Mercy was really good. But that was the fun part, man, for me because my dad was a professional wrestler. So going up and watching, everybody's like, "Oh, well, I did wrestling moves at home and I always got hurt." My dad knew how to, he knew how to take these moves and protect me doing them.
We have to
So
do them
like,
a certain way. Yeah.
so by the time I was like, 4, 5, and 6, and I would go to wrestling shows with my dad, I was so comfortable doing these moves that I would get in the ring with like his buddies, and like he'd be like, "Yo, I would help them work out and like do hurricanranas, and
Yeah, you
I
gotta
had no fear,
learn the move sets. Some people don't know the move sets. Another
you
good
know,
one
and
was go ahead.
I was so easy to protect because I was a kid. That they're like, yo, I get a good workout with your kid, man. Like he knows how to do he's like 6 years old and he's trained.
You have
And
to know
I
how to take
feel like do like
falls, right?
yeah, he's like, well, yeah, it's like growing up, like my dad knew how to protect me doing them. I used to do them with him, and then so I'm go to shows. His boys be in the ring, warming up, and I'm doing hurricanranas off the top rope because I'm not scared to jump off,
Yep.
And it's always fun because like I learned how to do them in game. I would mimic my body to do them in game. And I like doing all that. It's like I love wrestling,
Dude,
man.
I
I
used to
really
do
do.
all of the wrestling moves when I was a kid with my friends. Another couple good ones are like WWF Raw from '94, and you have a King of the Ring from
Uh,
'93. These are like early ones that I
yeah,
played. Like I played most of the early to mid '90s
you
wrestling
got
games.
the
Are
you got
excellent.
the punch 'em up games where it's like punch suplex, punch
Yep.
elbow drop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was like. Yeah, it's exactly what it was like. It was side scroll too. You can go, up and down, side to side, and that was the only view you really
I was
had.
very disappointed in the first. Like everybody talks about, like 2K13 and 2K14, how like they're like the best ever. I'm like, I hated the 2K series when it
Some
first
people
came
like
out.
2K16. I think the last couple have been way more solid than the last 3 or 4
Yes,
before
yes. The
that.
first 2K got like this. Is why I like 2K as a business because unlike Madden pushing shit out that's shit for the last 10 years or well 12 years and getting away with it, they have 19, which is a great game. Mind you, it played similarly to 16, 17, and 18.
Yeah,
19 was really good. 20 came out, it was the biggest piece of shit on this earth.
20 was
They're
bad.
like, they're like, fuck it, we're gonna take a year off, go remodel this whole goddamn engine, this
Yep.
whole story, and we're gonna bring it back. Skip 2021, came back in 2022. It has now one of the best wrestling games that we've ever played.
I thought they did a
With
good job with 22 and 23
yeah,
and the newer one. They've the last couple have been really solid. And typically,
22
the
was
only
really
thing I
good.
could say about 2K is their NBA games getting a little stale because you had NBA Live pop up again, and then they haven't come back since before the pandemic.
They haven't come back in a powerful sense because they left for too long,
Yeah,
and nobody like at the time nobody
it was
was
good when it came back too. Like 19, I don't think NBA Live 19 was bad.
was 19 the one with Embiid on it.
Yeah, it's the one with Embiid on it where they changed
Yeah, I
they
heard that
had it.
one was pretty good.
It wasn't bad. Like the my player, just the controls. I always loved the NBA Live games from back in the day.
Yeah,
Like I played those a ton. 94, 95. I played more than hours than I can count those two games. NBA.
I miss college games. I miss college basketball.
Oh,
Like
March Madness games are great.
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
last real good March Madness was 2010. Hopefully, with this and the NIL stuff in college, now maybe we're gonna get a college football game back. Maybe we can get a college basketball game back. And
Well,
because
with
that March Madness games were fun, man. 2K made them too. 2K did the 2K
yeah,
college basketball in '08, which
I
is pretty
remember
still pretty good.
what was it? I know that was I think the last NCAA
For
basketball game was
basketball,
EA.
10, 2010. It's been
And that
that
was
long.
Blake Griffin, right?
Yeah, it's been that long. Yeah,
I remember having it on my one of the PS3s I had, my old Fat Boy PS3. I bought it with that on it, and I bought a new one with that on it. And it had like a couple games like that were rare, like really fucking rare.
yep.
And I ended up selling them because the dude offered me double my money just because it had NCAA Live. Because after that game,
It's rare.
it stayed on the market for maybe a year and a half, 2 years,
Yep,
and they took it off, but they never took off the demo.
really.
So you could play the demo, but you couldn't play the full game. And when you click play full game, and it would take you to the PlayStation Store, it'd be
Yeah.
like this purchase is no longer purchase.
Oh, that's weird.
Just like on Xbox Store on 360, you can buy all the old Call of Duties. But I tried to buy Blitz Elite 2. It says no longer available for download because
Yeah.
since then Midway has shut down.
Yep.
Midway Games,
They're all bought
and
out, one or the other.
EA bought the licensing to Blitz the League. So now
So
we
they own
can't
it.
have Blitz the League.
The EA would have to release it through EA Access or something, which I don't understand why. But Game Pass, Game Pass might be releasing if they get that Activision deal done. All the Call of Duties on Game Pass, all the old ones. because they'll
Yeah, right now they're like $20, $30 still. I'm like, I'm
they
not
should
paying
not be
$30.
charging $20 or $30. If you should put it on Game Pass, because I'm sorry, but I'm not buying an old game like that. It's not happening.
I
Not worth
wish.
it for me.
You know what? Today's the day. I'm gonna start from today until they do it. I'm gonna tweet at EA to release Blitz the League 1 and 2 on Xbox Game Pass.
I don't know why they don't. They own it. They're not going to resell it, so you might as well just release it
They're
on
not
there.
gonna do nothing with the franchise.
That's what I mean.
Like,
It's
yeah.
dead. That's what I'm talking about. No one's going to make any money.
Well,
So if
I watched
EA
something on
still owns it, though.
I watched something on Blitz the League recently, and like people were praising the first, like the two games that had nothing to do with the NFL licensing.
Mhm.
After Midway fell, they went back to the NFL with the licensing because EA had bought it. EA has a license,
Yeah.
and their two Blitz games, NFL Blitz games, were horrible, and nobody played them. I'm like, people like the M-rated football game,
Okay.
you know? Yeah,
Mhm.
and I want to play the second one again, man. I haven't played the second one in so long.
It's
It's
different
so
than the
fun.
first. It's totally
It's
different
definitely
because
different. It's
there's more
fun.
of a story to it. Like the first one's kind of more generic. The second one, they expand upon. That's what I noticed.
Definitely. And I really love. Oh man, like that's like one of my top three games that I want to write a story for and make a third game. If I ever become a game developer, that's the one game I want.
Yeah.
I will have. I will like yo. I will make the best football game you've ever played. It's gonna be fun, arcadey, but guess
Yeah.
what? It's gonna be a great fun.
Well, they are making like I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but it's called Maximum Football. It's not licensed, but
Yeah, I know.
supposedly the customization is great, and they haven't released it yet. It's supposed to come out on PC though, not console.
Yeah, I think Doug Flutie made a college football game also.
Yeah, Doug Flutie Football.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm like, uh.
That was a long time ago.
I know
That one.
Kurt Schilling. He
Yeah,
invested
he
like
was
a
involved in
hundred.
making the first couple of those.
I remember hearing about Kurt Schilling was making a game. He had a game development company. They made one game and shut it down because it was horrible.
It ain't that easy. People think it's easy,
And,
but I'm gonna do a sponsor real quick. When you're hurt, 123. Attorney Big Al Jason Fine. If you ever have more vehicle accident, slip and fall, workers' compensation, personal injury claims. They have Philadelphia's offices in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So if you're in any of these areas, need some legal help, once again, when you're hurt, 123. Attorney Big Al Jason Fine. But yeah, those old
oh
school
man,
wrestling
yeah.
games are great. I haven't played a lot of them, but I remember from my childhood playing all those classic ones in the '90s, and some good games coming out, like we said, next month as well. I've been playing something
I'm
called
excited,
Everspace 2 lately.
I'm excited for Payday 3 though. I'm really excited for that because I got into Payday through Payday 2, and I like their stealth missions. I played a stealth mission, and like you could not be caught. You weren't supposed. You had to break into like this warehouse at night, steal this armor, and I replayed that mission over and over and over. I had to watch tutorials on that
I know,
game.
right? Don't you hate that? I'm like, I can't believe I gotta watch a tutorial on this thing or something, 'Cause I haven't played
Well,
something in like so long, I totally forgot.
yeah, I just people who play that game like especially watch two, and they're doing an all stealth run.
Yeah.
Like the amount of shit they get away with, you're like, how? Like that?
Or like
That's a
like uh like Only Up, like the speed run. You ever watch that? You
yes.
ever watch it? Isn't that
Every
crazy?
every streamer was playing that game, and
Yeah.
always a range. It's literally like somebody. This is the perfect explanation for it that I've heard. It's like somebody got Unreal Engine 5, got a whole bunch of stuff from it, and threw that shit together in one game.
Oh, I know. Well, yeah, all you gotta do is like take a bunch of assets, but they changed it because people were beating it so fast. I kept watching this guy Distortion too. Like he has a real great YouTube channel. He does all speed runs for like everything, which is pretty cool. But I couldn't
I
do
used to
that. I have
watch,
no patience for that.
I've watched this guy, Moist Critical. He used to play like the worst games ever, and like I'm talking about games that like you fall through the map, and like he tried to like speed run them, and
Yeah.
he would use like these glitches and like half made games and get the
Mhm.
speed run. Like I'm the fastest ever at like games that nobody's played, and one of them was like Mr. Krabs on ketamine,
Yeah.
and like you had to go to the back of the car, and like I think like the record's like 14 seconds, but he had the record for like 16 seconds for like a day or so, and he
Yeah.
got all these players to go play that game and try to beat it, and it was like for like a week and a half, it was like the biggest thing. That's what I'm saying. Like these indie games, man. Like everybody's looking to the indies because
Yep.
like, this stupid stuff can be, you know, stupid things can be, good for a week and a half. Like we
Yeah.
talked about only out for like 2 weeks,
Yeah. The
and after
indie
that,
games
nobody plays.
are interesting. Like I like some of the concepts in some of the indie games. Some are really solid. Some are all right. But some of those are different, just to change of pace. I play them sometimes as well.
So when are me and you gonna play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game?
I don't know. You can play whenever you want. Next couple weeks, I guess. I've never played that,
Have you
to be
played Friday
honest.
the 13th?
No, but I know the concept. You have to try and survive. Because
Oh
Friday the 13th has
man,
like they'll pick it's almost like Death by Daylight, where they come out with a new DLC. They have a different murder or a different person. It's similar, but you
Death
gotta
by
survive.
Daylight copied up with Friday the 13th. I remember the Friday the 13th beta. The
Yeah.
beta was so much fun because people were just learning about the game, and they had like a whole bunch of different Jasons in it and stuff. The only reason that game failed, and I will tell you with the truest heart, is because the trademark is in development hell right
Yeah.
now. Because two people are fighting over it. They weren't allowed to upgrade the game in any way.
Because they weren't allowed to,
So,
probably.
so the game just fell apart. That's why they went with Texas Chainsaw Massacre and made a new game
Hmm.
because they're allowed to make frequent updates to it. And now you don't have just one killer; you have the entire family. So it's like a it's like a 6v3.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, like it's awesome. And we have like this immobile grandfather. Every time they hit you, they get
Hmm.
blood, or they
Yeah,
can collect blood around the map, and they gotta feed blood to Grandpa. And Grandpa has like this insane sonar that points you out
that's crazy.
underground. Oh man, you gotta watch some gameplay of it. This one dude, there's a huge trap outside, like you have to get outside to the road. There's like four different exits. The road's the easiest. And so on the road, there's like this like metal strip before you get out onto the road that's electrified when you turn a generator on.
Hmm.
Ooh, you know that?
But you gotta be careful when you turn it on
Uh,
because they'll hear it and they'll come
so
over there.
it electrifies. So they got the one guy got like all the killers out past that barrier,
Yeah.
and then they turned on the generator and they pretty much locked them outside the map. It locks them outside on the street because they can't pass that barrier and knocks them out. So they were just like running around the map until they all disconnected. Literally, it's so funny. They would get like Leatherface and the other three. He would kill one of them, but while it's down this long road. So you're going down the long road. There's a strip of metal, and then you go into the street. Once they pass that metal, somebody would kick on the generator, electrifying it, and you can't get back in from the street, and you can't go nowhere else. So you're stuck in this like little bar on the map, and everybody else was in there, so they're like trying to get back, and it's electrified. You can't get back.
Yeah.
But like they waited the whole game out to make them because the game doesn't end until everybody's dead or everybody escapes.
Yep.
And so He's waiting for these kids to disconnect. It was so funny. They got all
People
three of
panic in
them.
a situation like that. Some people are comical going, but I'd like hit the wrong button or something, go the wrong way. I ended up getting taken out or something, you
That's
know?
when Friday the 13th became. It became less about, oh, let's escape Jason to let's torment Jason.
Out of the box sports there says, I've been playing PGA 2K23. I play that. I'll play you.
I don't play golf.
Yep, that's fun, actually. I have it on
Golf is boring.
PS5 and Series X. I have on both.
Golf
But
is
it was
boring.
free. Well, you never played Tiger Woods golf games?
I did back in like '07, and then after that, I stopped playing it.
Yeah, the EA game is good. It's really good. The EA golf game is good.
Yeah, I bet it is, but I don't play that. If I
I'll play.
can't watch it,
It's more fun playing it than watching it, like in a video game. Obviously, you want to play it, but
what's your
it takes
score?
patience.
-4? Fucking I know.
I think my handicap is like 7, +7 or something like that. Which is not
I'm gonna
bad.
leave that. I'm gonna leave that joke alone.
You gotta just gotta go over the schedule real quick. We're
ahead.
Joystick Junkies coming up next. Sully Squad, 8:30 p.m. Big Blue Power Hour talking about New York Football Giants. Got Commanders Gridiron tomorrow at 6:30, 8:30 extra innings. Wednesday the Batcave, College Football Frenzy. Dem 215 boys on Wednesday, Thursday Fuji Philly Flair, Atomic Paw, the Atomic Drop. We got our first Irish pregame and postgame. That one pretty much on Saturdays. Postgame and pregame, Evan, coming up. We're going to be doing a pregame for week 1, Dallas. And then the Cowboys and Eagles also have a pregame, postgame. And then got something for everybody coming soon. We already did the FC's table, so got something for everybody here out of the box sports. So, come check us out if you're free. You're muted, by the way. Your mic is muted. I can't hear you. There you
I
go.
found this in the trash. I was throwing it away, and it works.
Is that a PS3?
It is a PS3.
Which one is that? The
It's
Slim?
it's the sliding top, the
Oh, I
last
have that
model.
one. It's blue.
Yeah, I'm like, who just
Oh,
throws it away?
stupid. Paul Spencer said, "Yes, that was me. I watch golf and absolutely love playing, but it's pretty cool on Xbox. Yeah, I'll play online with you, Paul, if you want me to.
Paul is never
Uh,
online. Every time I see Paul online, he's playing Minecraft. That's it.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. I play that a good amount. So
I'm actually about to hop on right now because
the best
I'm
thing
gonna play some.
Paul, about the PJ 2K, you could create a course and you can find courses that are recreated. People do a pretty good job on that.
I would really make a moat. I would make it.
You
You
can do
start
anything you
here.
want. There's a hole that's a mile long. That guy made. All the holes are like a mile long.
But I want to get to where you tee off. And you have to hit like the smallest green in the world, and it's surrounded by water.
You could do that. You can make it. You can make every hole like that if you wanted to, but it takes time to
Yeah.
create a course.
And then the next it'll be a 2-hole game. The first hole is surrounded by water. The next one surrounded by sand.
Yeah, make it all bunkers. You don't even need a fairway. Just make it a green, a tee spot, and everything else is sand. You could do
Yeah,
that
this is
too.
what par is this? This is a par 30.
Yeah, they have that. That you could do whatever you want. That's what's cool about it. EA,
the max
you can't create your own course, which sucks.
the max iron you can use is like an iron 9 or a 9
Yeah,
iron or an 8
yeah.
iron.
But Madden's dropping the ball because in MLB The Show I can make my own stadium, and PJ 2K I can make my own course. I need to be
I
able to
felt
build my
like
own NFL stadium, my own franchise, which you kind of
I
can.
feel
Get a template in the new one.
I feel that they added more places you could go in the relocation, but you
They added
still
like
can't
20
build,
cities, something like that.
but you still can't. We still can't build your own stadium. You
You can't
can't
create your
alter
own
the
uniform.
colors.
You have to you can pick colors, but you can only pick like certain logos or something like that when you create a franchise. Hold on a second. Paul is responding to you, I think. Evie, it's like, Ev, it's not always me on Minecraft, but usually is now I'm building the streets in Northeast Philly. So far, I built 10 streets with 30 row homes each side. Put Rocky in there. I want a little figure of Rocky running in the street in the meatpacking district in Philadelphia.
That place don't exist anymore. It's all fucking yuppie condos.
He could recreate it somehow because he's creating it from scratch.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have been a huge blast. Love you guys for tuning in. I'm Big Ev.
I'm Danny. Thank you for joining us on Joystick Junkies.
See you in about an hour and a half.
Yep, Sully Squad is up next at 6 o'clock. So check them out. They do an excellent stream as well. So take care, everybody.